Those are the two listeners who answered our skill testing question, putting it in the bag, shaking the bag, and let's see who the winner is. Ooh. And the winner is Josa, who described her favorite lunch as lentil soup and chicken wrap. Congratulations, Josa.
Hello, my lovelies! This is Jenny from Jenny's Fun Facts. We just want to take a moment to thank you so much, P Eats Meal Preps, for sponsoring our episodes. New menu out every Friday, order by Sunday, delivered fresh by Tuesday, and guess what? They deliver to all Montreal surrounding areas as well. Healthy, fresh, and delivered to your door for free. Add them and our podcast on Instagram at p.eats_P as in Peter, R-E, P as in Peter, S. Thanks, P Eats Meal Preps.
Welcome to Noon Hour Out of the Box. I am Esther Brzezinski, and I am your co-host. It is episode 28. A huge thank you to all our listeners. Your love and support is so appreciated. A huge thank you to Jenny DeHame, our producer, who makes all this happen, and to my incredible co-host, my mentor and good friend, Mr. Robert D'Alessio. Let's bring him on.
Hey, nice to be here. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And congratulations to Josa Mall for winning the contest.
That's amazing. You're going to love P Eats. They make incredible food. So, Robert, today's topic is breaking up. So what do you think the 4 most dreaded words one partner can say to the other? What do you think it is?
We need to talk.
Yes.
I just dread. I get the goosebumps just hearing that.
I know.
I know you're in trouble when someone's saying that.
Exactly. And I thought, like, if I could recall some of my own breakups, and at first I had no memory, and then I realized, what am I talking about? I have gone through some difficult breakups. In one case, I recall being broken up with after 2 months of dating, and I literally stayed in bed for a week. I lost 10 pounds, couldn't sleep. It was awful. I was in my early 20s. So actually, a good friend of mine finally got me out of bed. We went to some jazz bar that evening. We were sitting with a male friend of hers, and who do I see but the person who had just broken up with me? So needless to say, I swear, about 3 a.m. that night, I got a phone call, and it was him. And he actually said, we need to talk. He wanted to come and see me. And we were together for many years afterwards. So I remember how devastating that was, and how just like that, it was over and he was back. And when I was 16, my very first boyfriend actually cheated on me with my best friend. I mean, they were kissing, but nonetheless, infidelity is infidelity. So at that instance, I actually lost not only my boyfriend at the time, but my very best friend. So that in itself is a breakup as well.
Exactly. You're not only suffering from because breaking up is a mourning process. It's a death. You got to move on. And the way I see it, if you broke up once, I don't know how you can go back, because there's that barrier that you crossed. I don't believe in going back, because I was married for 30 years.
Yes.
And just leading up to all of the problems that came within the marriage and all that, the last 5 years were very difficult. And there was a process going on, and there was like a distancing that was happening naturally. I tried to save the marriage for 5 years. I was living a lie. It was very difficult. And there are signs, when you're breaking up, that you're heading, for a breakup. For instance, give you an example. I was in a shopping mall and I saw that the love wasn't there anymore.
Really?
I would hold her hand. First of all, I had to go get her hand. It was an effort to get her hand because, as I'm stretching my hand, she just stayed there, pick up her hand like a dead weight. It's like a dead fish. That's a sign that your marriage or relationship is going to go through some troubled waters. And as well, I can give you people some advice on what some of the warning signs are. First of all, when your mate starts losing weight, starts becoming very self-conscious of the way he or she looks, all of a sudden going to the gym, buying new clothes, buying some expensive perfumes, going out, staying out late, going out with friends. Yes. All of a sudden, there's a password inside the phone, and that password is not shareable. Why you have a password? Do you have something to hide? No, I just entitled to a personal life. Well, ask yourself the question, there's something around the corner.
Yeah, it's definitely a red flag, Robert, for sure. And I've heard that before, where one partner talked about how they saw the change in the other.
See, we'll have one of our listeners tuning in. It's my lovely Tweet Wee.
Oh.
She's gone to 2 hard breakups herself. Yes, it was very difficult for her. So, people, if you have, you want to make a comment or something, a quick question, go ahead. This is the time. This is the place.
Absolutely.
We have a really great show lined up. As usual, time is flying over here. We put together some banners, some slides. So, did you want to take a look at that so we can share this with the audience?
Absolutely, Robert. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's take a look at this. The breakups, the relationship breakups. A relationship breakup, or simply just breakup, is the termination of a relationship by any means other than death. The act is commonly termed dumping someone in slang when it is initiated by one partner.
So there are 7 signs, according to experts, that a breakup might be around the corner. Number 1, your arguments turn unhealthy. You communicate less. Your connection feels weaker than it used to be. Your goals and beliefs have changed. Your partner doesn't take you into account anymore. One or both of you stop making an effort, and you really don't show appreciation for each other anymore.
And yes, one of the signs I can relate is that all of a sudden your partner is making plans and you're less and less included in those plans. So that's a sign as well.
Another red flag for sure.
So what are the 5 stages of breakup? Well, even if you were the one who initiated the split, there are 5 stages of grief that you will go through. They are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, according to Mental Health Matters. These are the natural ways for your heart to heal.
So, how long does heartbreak last? That's a difficult question to answer. But according to experts, it takes about 6 weeks to actually adjust to life without their ex. It could be a lot quicker, but typically it's not much longer. So, this expert says, I tell my clients all the time, give everything 6 weeks before you think that you're not coping well.
You know what? I absolutely second that. And 2 of my breakups, it's exactly the time it took. See, the first part of it all is like, you have to come to terms that it's a mourning process. It's a
Absolutely.
Death.
Yes.
So you just have to move on with your life. And then the time that you spend apart, you're actually learning to discover yourself and discover who you are. And a lot of times it's the dependency that we had on the other partner. So it's like, it's learning to live with yourself, learning to know who you are. And within that 6-week period, as we get closer to the 6 weeks, we start learning who we are. And all of a sudden we become confident. And a lot of times, my God, she actually did me a huge favor. So,
yes.
That's what can happen. So let's move on with the slides over here. Okay, can you stop letting someone, even if you feel, even if you truly love them? Well, it is possible to stop loving someone. The love, as you feel it now, will change. Different people serve different purposes in your life. You can be grateful for the time you shared with this person and deeply care about them. Then also move on romantically and stop loving them in the way you once did. Even if you were still with this person in a romantic way, the love would change, grow, or even fade away with time.
So there are some ways to help recover from a breakup, and here are 8 of them. So, firstly, you can take some time off and just let it out. Listen to sad music. Some people like doing that, some don't. Number 3, talk to supportive people. Number 4, read books about breakups. Number 5, sleep, eat, and exercise. Number 6, treat yourself right. Number 7, meet new people. And number 8, set firm boundaries.
Well,
Also, so very important.
well, you were talking about listening to sad music. I don't know. For me, it just didn't make the cut. I put
Right.
it on. I put on I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner and by Nazareth. Love Hurts. I killed myself with that. So, it worked for some people. Might not always work for me, though.
Yes. So Jenny writes, good thing you have an amazing partner that is self-aware of love and compassion now. Aw. Yes, it's true. It does make a huge difference.
And there you go. 3, Bree is saying that communication in a relationship is very important. Yes, I strongly agree to that. And that's what makes the foundation of my relationship right now. It's communication.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
of the utmost importance. Absolutely.
So, Esty, let's go through a couple of these banners we didn't have a chance to look at here. So, how about this one over here that you put up? And while you're at it, why not continue with the banners, Esty?
Yeah. So one of the most frequently asked questions is, but why do people break up? And so the most common reasons that people break up usually involve a lack of emotional intimacy, sexual incompatibility, and differences in life.
The next one here, it says researchers estimate that 41% of the first marriages end up in divorce.
Wow.
And it says 60% of second marriages end in divorce as well. That's pretty scary when you look at it.
Oh, it is. So the statistics on adult breakups indicate that couples that have been together for longer are less likely to break up. I disagree. Robert, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I went through that myself. I was with my wife for 36 years, 30 years married, still ended up in divorce. So, no, it's not about the longevity. It's about communication, caring for one another, and not losing sight of each other.
Absolutely. And viewers beware, because breakups are more frequent if you go back.
Yes, breakups are
Yeah,
more
more
frequent.
frequent around certain holidays, according to Breakup Statistics. Yes.
Well, as we were approaching Christmas, I was told on November 3rd that she wanted to end the marriage. So
Oh,
that was
no
pretty close
kidding.
to Christmas. And then she wanted to spend Christmas with the family. I go, not really interested, to be honest with you. So, okay, we got a couple more banners over here. Let's whiz through them because we're almost, it's almost time to say goodbye, Esty.
So, a more recent study indicated that the majority of couples, which is 70.68%, do not get back together at all. Experts recommend waiting at least 1 month before getting back together with an ex. Have you ever experienced where an ex wanted you back?
Oh my God, yes, and I don't want to reveal too much. It has happened to me, and as a matter of fact, recently. So what happens is that they want to try out that forbidden turf, and you can tell them, hey, listen, it's not better. The grass is not greener, but you hear things like, I'd rather regret trying it than regret not trying it. So they try it, then they regret it. What did they accomplish? They have a beautiful house, they have a beautiful car, beautiful a townhouse or whatever, a chalet. They give it all up just to go try something, and they just realize that I was pretty well off the way I was. But you know what? Sorry, it's too late.
Yes, that's not a time to do any regretting. So, experiencing communication issues is also one of the top reasons why people split up. And that's very, very true. And I do highly recommend therapy when you are having difficulties. I myself went through that with my ex-husband, and it actually helped us tremendously for many, many years. We had a lot of family issues, and we needed that bond. So I do highly recommend it.
And finally, 38% of respondents cited infidelity as the main reason for wanting to end a romantic relationship.
Yeah, so the lack of trust, that's huge. That's just
So before we go on to our segment of what's on your mind that we haven't had for a while, let's take a look at some of the comments over here, because we're going to be signing off afterwards with a nice video that was put together on TikTok. So Jenny says she disagrees with, who is she disagreeing with over here? Tweet, yes, absolutely, communication is key. Then I listened to Kenny Rogers, Something's Burning, and replay after my separation. Okay. Some people are courageous listening to all these breakups.
No, but Robert, it is important to let out these feelings. You need to cry it out. The endorphins, the dopamine, that all comes into play. You need to let it out. Crying is good. Crying is healthy. And if you need the sad music to help you release this, well, I'm all for it. Absolutely agree with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, but just thinking of crying makes me cry. Yes, don't get me started. Let's take a look at this segment of What's on Your Mind. And folks, once again, if you have a What's on Your Mind segment, a pet peeve, please feel free to send it to us and we'll put it up. So let's take a look at this one here, our most recent What's on Your Mind.
Hi, I'm Jo Zamal, and my pet peeve are people who are rude, nasty, and just unkind. There's no reason for it.
Yes.
Well, I'm certainly glad she won. I think she needs the free meal. No, she's right. Being rude, nasty, and unkind. Yes, and to be the receiver of that is extremely difficult, and people can be unkind and rude. So, that's thank you, Joseph, so much for bringing that up.
And folks, once again, we invite you to submit your pet peeves and What's on Your Mind segment. Esty, what's up on our next show next week, or what's the subject going to be?
So next week we are discussing, and I love this subject, is lucid dreaming. And I know that you're really excited about that as well.
Yeah. Absolutely excited. And like every show, it's going to be another fantastic show. Make sure you tune in. And before we sign off with this cute little video, we got an amazing show coming up this upcoming Monday, December 13th, on Rob's Inner Circle. Dan Del Fiorentino from San Diego, California, who's involved with NAM, is going to be our guest. So that's a show you don't want to miss. So to everybody for tuning in, thank you so much. We'll be seeing you next week. Same time, same place. Ciao. And as
for now,
sign off, you can enjoy this beautiful little video. Thank you, everyone.
5 proven ways to help you recover after a breakup. According to research from Johns Hopkins and UCLA, here's some things you can do to help mend your broken heart. Number 5, have an imaginary conversation with your ex and say goodbye. This can help with closure. Write out everything that you want to say to them, and then simply say goodbye. Number 4, exercise. Exercise is critical for managing your stress levels and increasing your feelings of well-being. So try to get to the gym or walk for 30 minutes to an hour a day. Number 3, practice relaxation techniques. This includes meditation, yoga, breathing exercises, or journaling. This can significantly reduce stress and cortisol levels. Number 2, get a good night's sleep. This can be hard to do because of the increased stress levels during a breakup, but sleep is crucial for reducing the depressive reactions you experience during a breakup. And number 1, share your feelings with your close family and friends. Studies show that this actually causes your brain to release natural opioids, which will help you feel better.